So for the last year or so, I've been streaming and I've been putting on YouTube my experience with the Kingdom Hearts franchise. It was a franchise I've never played before, and in the last year or so, I've gone through all the Kingdom Hearts games or movies, whatever way we could experience it. And today, I'm finally going to be ranking them because I've been meaning to do it for so long. So here it is. This is the Kingdom Hearts tier list. So it's got about 13 games, I think, including the Remind DLC, which I'm going to rank separately from Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm going to be ranking these games on story and gameplay. Obviously, the ones that I haven't played, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and I'll rank them fairly. But obviously, if I haven't played them, then, I'm going to be starting off with Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. And I'm going to be putting this in the A tier. The reason being is this is a PSP game, and I went into this game knowing that, and I really didn't expect much from this game, and the amount it delivered to me was more than I expected. The gameplay wasn't too bad. It was a bit of time getting used to it, but once you got the hang of it, I think it was a good gameplay. The combat mechanics for me were fine. They weren't too complicated. The way this game brought in different characters and basically introduced 3 different storylines, being Aqua's, Ventus's, and Terra's, was really interesting to me. You got to experience each one's perspective on the story, so you would go through all the levels at different times in the actual story, and then you would basically all meet up right at the end, and I really enjoyed that. They all had different game mechanics, so say Terra was more, I don't know, like clunky, tanky sort of thing. Ventus was really fast, and then Aqua was basically the magic user, and they all had different mechanics. I liked how they all had different armors. I liked all the different styles of them. This game, like I said, it just really blew me away. I'm tempted to put it on S tier. It might change. I really fell in love with this game, and I really fell in love with the characters. To be honest, I didn't really like Terra at first, but near the end of the game, when everything happened, I just remember the ending of this game blew me away. So, it was one of the most shocking things in Kingdom Hearts that happened at the end of this game. And yet, you know what? It's going on S tier. It's going on S tier. It was that good of a game to me. The story was brilliant. The gameplay wasn't too shabby. It's not going to be the top S tier, but it's definitely up there. Okay, so next we have Kingdom Hearts number 1, Final Mix. So this game obviously introduced me to the franchise in general. And I remember playing this game and I literally didn't really have a knowing about Kingdom Hearts at all. I knew Sora's name. I didn't know any of the other characters' names. I knew there was Final Fantasy characters in this game. And this is why I wanted to play this game, because I like Final Fantasy. And this actually made me like Disney. I've never been like a massive Disney fan. Probably not the best game to play, but this game made me experience Disney worlds I didn't watch growing up as a kid, and make me appreciate them. So I have had experience with Disney films, but not all of them. So it was more of like a shock to me when I was playing these games. You went into these worlds and you experience all these Disney characters, and I didn't really know all the stories, which was better for me. And the amount of stuff that happened in this game is not as much as, say, like number 2, because that game's someone else. But the amount that does happen is a good, like, bridge leeway to start it off on, if that's the right way of saying things. I'm going to butcher every single word going into this sort of thing. But yeah, it was a hard game for me at first. Like, I remember getting to the end of this, just before you fight Ansem, and you basically fighting the waves and waves and waves of Heartless. I remember doing this, and I was playing it on normal at the time, and I thought, oh my god, this is literally just taking me about 3 hours to do waves and waves and waves of Heartless, and then the end boss was about 7 bosses long. This was the longest boss I've ever faced in any game. I can't believe how long this lasted. I think it took me about 4 hours or so. I'm not even exaggerating. I think on stream it was about 4 hours or so, but it was the premise of that game that brought on the next ones. So I do appreciate this game. It's not an S tier for me. I don't know where to rank this. I'm gonna say A. It's not gonna be high A, I don't think. Just because it's, if you go back to it now, I suppose if you go from like Kingdom Hearts 3 mechanics to this, then it's not obviously going to be as good, because obviously Kingdom Hearts 3 is about 15, not 15, about 11 games later. But for the premise to set everything up, I did enjoy it a lot. So Kingdom Hearts 2, right. Okay, so this is really up there for me. Really up there for me. The amount of things that happened in this game, the amount of things, you start off playing as Roxas, a person that you don't know anything about, and it gets you guessing through all of this game on what's going to happen next. So you start off with Roxas, and then you obviously go to play as Sora later on. But I was playing as Roxas, and I fell in love with that character within about, I don't know, how many hours do you play as him? It's about 2 hours or something? You play as him for about 2 hours, something short like that. And the concept is basically, you think he's the new main character? Well, I did. And you have 2 hours with him, and then he's gone for a long while in the story. And I wanted to go back to him. That was just one thing in that game. And then you start off with Sora again. He's just basically come back and woken up. His memories are gone. Spoilers. And then basically you continue your journey. And this journey was one hell of a ride. Like I said, the amount of stuff that happens in this game is unbelievable. This literally had me guessing on every single stream. I was just coming up with conspiracies. I was guessing who was who, what's going on. Literally, you can go back and watch my videos of me just literally contemplating life and what the hell is going on anymore in this game. This game's mechanics were brilliant. Obviously, the fighting and stuff, the way you could switch forms, you had different forms on it. It was just like really good. And obviously, you got to play as Roxas as well. The amount of characters in this as well, so many new characters. We already knew about the Organization 13, but then we've got, like, you got more Final Fantasy characters, then you've got other things coming else into it, more Disney characters, and just so many what the hell moments are going on here. This game, I could have probably played it for about 100 hours, and I don't think I would still be sick of it if the story just kept on going on and on and on. There's so much more I could say about Kingdom Hearts 2. It's definitely a game that I'm going to revisit one day, and I want to literally 100% complete that, because that is really, really one of those games that I think I'll remember forever. And for that, I'm putting it in an S tier. Before Birth by Sleep. Okay, so the next one is Chain of Memories. So, again, right. So I didn't play the entirety of this game. I played up to, I can't remember where I played up to. I probably fought like a couple of bosses in this game, or like a couple of the organization. And then I just couldn't get to grips with the gameplay. I know this was basically a remake, and I appreciate what they did with the remake, as this was a Game Boy game originally, I believe, and then they remade it into like 3D style, and I appreciate that, and I can understand how people like that compared to the Game Boy one. But a person who's coming into it, and it's basically you had to play with cards, I just couldn't get the grips of what to do. Literally, I was stupid at the game. That's it. I was stupid at the game, and because of that, it made me not like it as much. But I did basically play it for a few hours, and then I gave up because I just couldn't beat anything, and I just got frustrated, and I wanted to enjoy the story more. So I went and watched, obviously, the full cutscenes of the movie, and this introduced you to all the organization. Again, this is where the guessing starts coming through of where the theories, who's this person, who's that person. And for that, the story, I would probably rate it like a B. The gameplay for me is a D, just because I can't get to grip on it. But I know a lot of people like this game. But because it's for the story, I'm going to put it for B, but if it was for the gameplay, I would put it D. Just for me, though. Just for me. But other than that, the game itself, the story itself, was pretty good. Oh, boy. Right, okay. So now we're at Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Another game I didn't actually play. I watched the movie for this that was on the HD remix, and I don't even know if I enjoyed the story of this. The 90 or 80% of this story was basically a retelling of Kingdom Hearts 1. And I was just like, how many times do I have to re-experience this? You kind of re-experience it in Chain of Memories, I think. And correct me if I'm wrong. And I was just like, watching the movie, I was like, I've seen all this before, and they're adding little things with Data Riku, which was like, okay, fine. We've got Data Riku and we've got Data Sora. This is where the data stuff came into it, and I thought this data stuff was just for this game until obviously we go into another later game and we realize their data stuff continues on. But Recoded for me, I'm sorry everyone, if you do love this game, again, this is my opinion, and it doesn't help that I haven't played it, but the story itself for me was just a D. I don't feel like it was needed much. I feel like you could have just put that into another game to explain it. The amount they did in it, maybe 20% of that game was actually okay. Or story was okay. You could have just put it in another game. Or like it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. Okay, so now we're moving on to Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. This is a weird one because I feel like I have like a love-hate relationship with this game. The end of this game, story-wise, is really good. It's really, really good. And I was pretty hype at the end of this game. At the beginning of this game, it introduced some new things like the Dream Eaters, which I didn't mind, but then I didn't. Then I started to dislike them a bit more. Then I thought it's just, obviously we find out what they are later on, but I don't know. The beginning of this game was okay. Like, you get to jump around and stuff. You get to glide and grind on like rails. But again, you were just going through Kingdom Hearts older worlds. There was some new worlds in it, don't get me wrong. It wasn't a bad game. The game mechanics were fine. The gameplay was fine. I don't know. I just couldn't fall in love with it. But like I said, I've got a love-hate relationship with it because I love the ending though. So I'm really contradicting this one. Story-wise at the end, brilliant. Most way through the story, it was okay, actually. But it's just like, it just feels like you go into certain places that you've been before, you're replaying stuff again. I don't know if it's this point I was getting burnt out with the Kingdom Hearts franchise, because that's all I was playing. And I was just like, come on, let's get to the more interesting stuff. I want to know more about Xehanort. I want to know more about this. And I don't know. I'm going to put this in B. It's above Rechain of Memories, that's for sure. It's above that, because the gameplay was fine. And the ending was pretty hyped, to be fair. And you do have a revelation at the end, obviously, with young Xehanort and whatever. I'm not going to spoil it too much, because I don't know if someone's going to watch this and not get spoiled. So, okay. All right, next. Kingdom Hearts 0.2 Birth by Sleep. This game, for like a 2-hour game, this was really good. Like, I enjoyed this game a lot. Like, I had a lot of fun with this game. You get to experience Aqua again in better graphics. This is when the graphics, like, went to, like, PS3 era, I want to say? Looking-y? I think it was a PS4 game. It was a PS4 game, but they look like good graphics now. The game mechanics were good. It was basically essentially a demo, I think, for Kingdom Hearts 3, which was brilliantly done. And the fact this is 2 hours and I completed it with one sitting easily, and this was really fun. You get to experience basically Aqua in the Dark World, and I don't know. Like, I could have played a full game of this rather than like 2 hours. I could have played this for 12 hours, more than that probably, and I still would have had fun. I think probably the game mechanics help. The world wasn't too bad. You know what? I'm going to put this. Ooh. Is this going to be a B or an A? The point is, the story on this is better. The story on this is better. At the end, anyway. For me. But the gameplay and mechanics and everything on this is better, obviously. Ooh, I don't know. It's going to have to go B. It's going to have to go B. I don't know if it's above that, though. I'm going to put it above it for now. It's hard to say because it's a 2-hour game, but it introduced you to, like, big-ass explosions of, like, you know, when you do magic, like, looking-wise, this looked beautiful. I really like this game. It's going above that. I had more of a love relationship with this game than this game, but that was longer, so that might make the difference. I'll leave it at that for now. This might get changed around at the end. Okay, so now we're moving on to Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I haven't played this game because obviously it's gone offline, so I had to experience this through movies and basically videos of people doing them online through a person called Damo. He basically went and voiced the entirety of Union Cross, so I didn't have to. And I appreciate it. It was just basically a movie of me watching little chibi people. So the story-wise of this game, I think, was really good. I like the story of this. I like how you go back into the past and basically experience all the stuff that happened before all the other Kingdom Hearts, and it was good, but it's disappointing because it's a mobile game. Number one, I didn't get to play it. Number two, from what I've seen, the gameplay doesn't look too good because it's literally like a side-scrolling game and you're just choosing things, and it's a gacha game, basically. Story-wise, I would put this as like a B. Gameplay-wise, I'll put it as a D, but again, I haven't played this, so I can't really say. But overall, the story of this game was good. And basically opening up a lot of new windows, shall I say, if that's the right thing to say. I'm going to put this as a C. Yes, I'm putting it above Recoded. Because this story on this is better than Recoded, but obviously if you had this, I really wish they did like a full movie of this. I'm including back cover in this, by the way. I'm including back cover in this. So for that, yes, that is going above that. Back covers movie, that was good. That was good. I wish the whole game was like that. But obviously it's a mobile game and people have to make money certain ways, and obviously, yeah, okay. It's going to C. Alright, so next we move on to Kingdom Hearts Dark Road, which is basically essentially the same as this. Mobile game, gacha game. And this is all about Xehanort and Ericus, so this is the last thing I've experienced of Kingdom Hearts to date. So this is the last thing I've just experienced this, probably like in the last month or so. And I had to voice all this, which probably made it a bit more my experience, which shouldn't be knocking a game because I have had to read it out to people. I shouldn't be knocking it because of that, but I'll review it from like a story perspective, this one. The gameplay is exactly the same as this. It looks exactly the same as this. It's just a side-scrolling game, it's a gacha game, you little chibi fellas. Gameplay, again, it's going to probably go as a D because the gameplay is not very good. It's just literally on your mobile. But it is good because you can go portable. I do rant on a lot. Story-wise, the ending of this game was good. The ending story of all these Kingdom Hearts seems to like always like they go out in a bang. They literally go out in a bang. Even these sort of games go out in a bang. The end of this was good. Like the revelation, I'm not going to say anything again. At the end of this game was good. I'm going to put it behind Dark Road. Yes, this is still the only one in D. I'm not going to put it behind Union Cross, sorry. The overall story of this one was better than this one. You've got more characters in this one, and you already knew characters in this one. You did get introduced to new characters in that one. There were some revelations in it, but yeah, it was okay. It was okay. Okay, now we move on to the controversial one. It's not really controversial, I don't think. Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. Right, okay, so I have now experienced this. I have actually played this now. I didn't actually play it on stream because my stream messed up, but I have experienced playing this now. And why? That's all I'm going to say. Why did they have to bring this out? Why? I want to know the sales on this game. So, essentially, it's like a Kairi story. And you're basically playing Guitar Hero with Kingdom Hearts characters on a board. And experience Kingdom Hearts music, which isn't bad. But I feel like this is just a mini game. It should have been a mini game in like Kingdom Hearts 3 or something. Or just made it DLC. Like, this isn't an entirely game on its own. Make it like, I don't know, a $10 DLC? Well, probably more than that. But I don't see a need in it. The cutscenes in it are good. The cutscenes in this are good. That story-wise, it's okay. Story-wise, it's okay. It doesn't really give you a lot of story, but the story that it gives you is pretty good. But this is going in D. This is going behind Recoded for me. It's just, I know a lot of people, Kingdom Hearts fans, haven't even played this game. I'm not going to complete this game. I don't have any interest in completing it. I've seen the cutscenes, and the effort you would have to go through just to experience them cutscenes, I don't feel like it's worth it. So it's going at the bottom at the moment. Okay, so we're moving on to, I'm going to do Kingdom Hearts 3 before Remind. So Kingdom Hearts 3 is basically, let's say, the newest game in the franchise on recent consoles. So this game's playstyle, for one, is really good. Like, the mechanics on this game's brilliant. I like all the different, like, sort of keyblades you can get. I think I preferred the forms on number 2, where you can get, like, Master Form and stuff like that. But you can get Master Form on that. But, you get different keyblades from different worlds, essentially, and basically you can get a Toy Story keyblade, you can get a Frozen keyblade, vice versa, you know, carries on. There's a lot in this game. You've got links, which I didn't use a lot. Obviously, you have those in other games. There's a lot in this game that I like. The gummy ship system on this game improved a lot. This was bearable. This was really okay. The gummy ship on this, they need to do something like that if they're going to do gummy ship again in number 4, which I can't really see them doing at this point. But if they do, improve on that again. It was fine. It was playable. It was great. Yeah, but like I said, the actual mechanics of this game was very much like this. So I think people have told me this is basically essentially a demo for this. So gameplay, really good. Story's good. I think the story's pretty good. A lot of people told me of this. You might be disappointed with Kingdom Hearts 3 because I know a lot of you guys basically were waiting years and years and years for this game, and you're essentially disappointed in what the end result was. Bear in mind, I went into this not watching any trailers. I didn't watch any trailers, so I didn't know any spoilers, and I really like this game. It might be because I was just going from Kingdom Hearts to Kingdom Hearts to Kingdom Hearts. I didn't have to wait so many years like everyone else did. But I really enjoyed this. I think the story was great. Like I said, the game mechanics were great. The worlds are great, even the Frozen one. The Pirates of the Caribbean world in this game, it's like an entirely different game. The graphics are different, everything. If you want to just play this game, if you want a Pirates of the Caribbean game, just go and play this. Get to the Pirates of the Caribbean level, and you can just free roam. This is a really good game. Like I said, that was a game in a game. Yes, this is going to S tier. I could say a lot more about this game, but I'll probably say it in the next one. Is it going to go above Birth by Sleep for me? Yes. It is. Gameplay's better. Story's probably better. Oh, is the story better? I think so. To me, it is. Remember, this is my opinion. It's very on par with story for me, Birth by Sleep. For me. Just for things that is like, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sticking with that. I'm sticking with that. So it's going second S tier at the minute. It was a lot of fun. If anything else, it was a lot of fun. Okay, Kingdom Hearts Remind. This, I'm classing this as a different game because it's DLC and none of these really have DLC. So I'm classing this as like a separate entity to number 3. This is basically 3.5 to me. I'm not going to spoil too much. You basically go and do certain events that you've done in Kingdom Hearts 3 again, but better. And it's like this, I feel like this was meant to be this ending. If people know what I mean, I'm probably saying it the wrong way, but gameplay and everything obviously is the same as this Kingdom Hearts 3. It's basically it's DLC of that. But the story on it, oh, this is probably some of the best Kingdom Hearts story. This and number 2 to me is the best Kingdom Hearts story. So much happened in this. Every little bit of this was fun. It was just pure Kingdom Hearts world. We don't have any Disney worlds. It was just pure Kingdom Hearts. Lots of Kingdom Hearts characters. Lots happening. And then obviously you get the the battles at the end, the Organization 13 battles at the end. And obviously secret boss, which I'm not going to say his name, which I still haven't defeated yet, by the way. I've been trying to defeat the secret boss. I don't know how long. I had to go at it yesterday and I still can't beat him. But as soon as I do, I am recording it. So as soon as I do, I'll let everyone know. But this was really, really good. I would have paid probably a full price of a game for that. Even though it wasn't as long as a full game, I probably would have paid a full price of a game. Rather than paying a full price of a game for this. This is 9 times 10, 15 trillion times better than this. This is how you do DLC. Remember this for Kingdom Hearts 4. This is how you do DLC. And this is going to me. This is going above Kingdom Hearts 3. If that was a totally different game, to that, then basically they are the same, but that is going above that for me. Definitely the story. All right, so we move on to the last one now, which is 358 by 2 days. So again, this is another game that I haven't actually played. I've just watched the movie for this, and I know a lot of people have told me already, don't worry, you need to play this game, apparently. The only reason I didn't at the time, because I didn't think my PC would run an emulator to do this, and it will. So, I am going to play this game in the future. I don't know how far in the future I'm going to play it, but this is a game I want to play. I'm only going to review this now on story that I've experienced anyway. So I like the story of this. There's a lot of relationships in this story. I like how this is basically another trio. You've got your Kairi, Riku, and Sora. You've got your Terra, Aqua, and Ven. And then you've got your Axel, Roxas, and Xion. So it's like it brought in another trio. And then I can't say anything without spoiling too much, but this experience, like Remind and Free after this, makes it even better to me. But I'm going to review this just by story for now. So story-wise, I think this is an A. And I think the story in this is better than this. I'm only saying that because Kingdom Hearts 1 doesn't have like a mind-blowing story. When this kind of does. It might be on par with that, but this is, I've voted this on gameplay and story, so. But yeah, I am going to play this game and then I will tell you at the end of when I've played it, and I'll tell you my thoughts on it. But yeah, the story on that was really good. A lot of it just took place in a certain one place, but only on the cutscenes it did. I know you went through all of the places on the actual game. Again, I will experience it. So that's going to be my reviews for the game. So whatever order they're in here is basically my order. So if it's here, it's number 1. So we got Kingdom Hearts 2 at number 1, Remind at number 2, Kingdom Hearts 3 at number 3, weirdly enough. Birth by Sleep, like I said, I don't know if it's just me with this game. I just really liked it. I don't know why. I think it was maybe just because it introduced you to different characters, and I don't know. It holds a special place for me, that game. This game, yeah, the story was good. I can't rate it properly yet. Kingdom Hearts 1 was obviously the premise for everything, so that's why that's there. If this was longer, I think this would be an A for me. If this was longer, I think this would be an A. I'm only saying it because it's like a 2-hour game, but for what I played of it, it's an A. But it's very top B. B and A. I can't decide with that one. I did enjoy this more than this, though. I don't know why I couldn't fall in love with this. Like I said, I loved it at the end. But going through it, I just thought it was more of a chore playing it. I don't know why. Chain of Memories, I've put it there again because of the story. Gameplay, like I said, I think it would be like down here for me. I'm just not really into that card sort of thing. I would just rather hack and slash, and yeah. These are there for story. Gameplay would be D for me. Recoded, I don't want to play that game. Like, I don't know. I might be hating on this. I might be. And obviously Melody and Memory, I've told you my opinion on that one. So yeah, that's my Kingdom Hearts rating. Let me know in the comments what your order of Kingdom Hearts is. I'd be really interested to know that. But this is my order. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments down below. I've played plenty of franchises off stream, like Assassin's Creed, Fallout, different franchises like that. I could rate them like this if you're interested in seeing my opinion on that. But yeah, again, this is my opinion. Please don't come at me with pitchforks. It's just my opinion. But yeah, this franchise has been something special for me, and I'm really looking forward to see where it goes next. But yeah. Anyway, guys, make sure to leave a like on the video. It makes the video get out there, and I will see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.